Okay, guys, so welcome back to the championship rounds. I'm out here in Tenerife. I just caught up on UFC 269, and I just want to give my thoughts about the card, which was a great card, a massive upset on the card. Maybe the biggest upset ever. I'm talking about the Nunes Pena fight. But I'm just going to go down the card and then just talk about what I think the fighter should do next and just my opinion on each fight. So, to kick off the main card, we had Sean O'Malley versus Paiva. Um, Paiva unranked. Sean O'Malley still unranked. He's selling this merchandise about being unranked champion and all this and that. But yeah, got it done in round one. He was in control the whole time. His style's good. He's got a good style. Hands down. Looks super relaxed when he's in there. Super like it's like he doesn't respect the opponent really, respect the opponent's power. He keeps it nice at range with his leg kicks and his front kicks and his jabs, and then he kind of waits and he'll throw a jab, he'll wait, throw like a kick, and he'll wait for the guy to lunge in. When he lunges in, he's looking for the counter. Um, so sometimes when you see him, he's just sort of waiting for the other guy to make the move. Um, Paiva, I thought the only way he could really get it done is maybe on the ground. He did try for a takedown, but it was stuffed straight away by O'Malley. O'Malley hit him with a right, and then sensed that he rocked him, and then just on him straight away and got the fight done really. Um, I feel like Sean O'Malley now he really needs to start stepping it up in terms of opponents. Like it's all well and good taking out these guys, but he's got the hype, he's got a big fan base, so it's time for him now to step up. If you just take a look at the bantamweight rankings, just to see who we've got in front of him, who he could fight. So you've got Song Yadong, be a great fight. Edgar, great fight. Vera, a rematch with Vera, that's always there. They had a good rivalry, so it'd be great to see them run it back. Vera's coming off a 2-fight win streak, beat Davy Grant, and then knocked out finished Frankie Good with that horrible Anderson Silva front kick to the face. So maybe, I don't know, Malley fights Edgar. If he beats Edgar, which I think he would, fight Vera, then he's in the top 10 and he's going forward. I'm not too much of a massive fan of Sean O'Malley like a lot of people are. A lot of people really, really like him, really respect him. I'm big fans of him. I do respect him, but I think that I know for me, his personality is not as great as like everyone's hyping out to be. But one thing I did rate about him was when Cody lost and they asked him about Cody, who he had a little beef with at the press conference beforehand, before the fights. They had a little or not an altercation, but they were literally going to do a stare off, and they've always been back and forward against each other. But when he lost, one of the reporters asked him about what he thinks about Cody's performance, and he said I don't want to comment on it. I don't want to like sort of kick a man when he's down. So he didn't really like say anything. He could have easily just like ripped him and said, shit performance from Cody. I knew he was going to lose, but yeah, he just said he didn't want to comment on it. So fair play to Sean O'Malley. Now let's see him. Come on now, let's see him. Let's see him rise up these rankings. Let's see how good he is, because the bantamweight division is stacked. Some great people, even in the Edgar's like 13. Top UFC fighters like that are just like in the top 10, top 15 from bantamweight because it's so stacked. So yeah, great win for Sean. Let's see what he moves on to next. Now, moving on to Cody and Kai Kara France. Anyone that knows me knows that I'm a big fan of Cody, massive fan of Cody, and to see him go out like that is a shame, massive shame. Like literally, he was looking good, looking sharp on his feet. Landed that nice leg kick that he did against the Sunsao, where he kind of drops down fully and then throws the leg kick. But yeah, just got caught by a right hand by Kai Kara France, and then he just kept getting caught, and then the fight got called off. But and rightly so, he was done. He was dropping down to flyweight. He said he made the weight easy. He looked a lot better than TJ Dillashaw when he made the weight. He was working with this nutritionist called Dr. Mateo, and he looked like he got him down to the weight, like, correctly. He didn't look drained or anything like that. He looked good. He looked bigger than Kai in there. But yeah, I don't know if people are saying he's lost his chin. I don't know. I don't understand why he would have lost his chin. Like, it just doesn't make sense. He's 30 years of age. He's still got 6 years, at least 6 years in the sport. He won the world title from Dominic Cruz in one of the best performances in a world title fight I've seen at 25 years old. Lost to Dillashaw twice, come back, KO'd a Sunsow. So we still got the power, he still got the quickness. Lost to Rob Font, and now a loss to Kai Kara France. But that's not to say he's done. I think because of his age and his star power, I don't think Dana will release him yet. I think maybe if he loses another two, then he'll be done. But I don't think they should throw him in against someone difficult now. He needs to fight someone maybe between rank 15 and 10, around that area. If we look in the flyweight division, if he wants to stay there, there's names that that are relatively unheard of. Al-Bazi, Cape, Tim Elliott would be a good one. Schnell, all these people that don't really have a name. It's just like, take the pressure off him. Don't throw him back into, like, I don't know. Don't give him like a Alex Perez or a Brandon Royval. No one in the top five. He just needs to come back and gets anyone between 10 and 15 and just get a few wins under his belt. I mean, like when he lost to TJ twice and he came back to fight, they gave him a Sunsow. Now, Sunsow at the time, he's had a few losses since, but at the time it was a difficult fight. He's a hard fighter. Like, it's hard to finish a Sunsow, and he got it done. So we don't need to be feeding him these guys. I feel like he's still got a lot to give. He's still quick. I feel like maybe I just feel that maybe he keeps his hands a little bit too low. He wasn't emotional in there. He was fine. That, emotion has got him to lose against, I think it's Munhoz. Sorry, I forgot that as well. He lost to Munhoz as well. Pedro Munhoz. And against TJ Dillashaw, the emotions got the best of him. But this time it wasn't emotions. And I just don't believe that he's just got no chin, because Font's a bigger, stronger guy than Kai. But he was taking the shots. Maybe it was the weight cut. But yeah, I think if he wants to stay at flyweight, which I think he will, I think he needs to fight someone top 15. But shout out Kai Kara France, man. He did his thing. Let's see where he's calling for a title shot now. So before the fight, where was he ranked? He was ranked 6. I think to be fair, maybe he's gonna have a big name after that win. They probably will give him the winner of Davidson Figueiredo and Brandon Moreno. But yes, was looking at Kai before the fight, looking at his record. I'll just check it now. So he's coming off 2 KOs in a row. So he KO'd Buntarin, lost to Royval before that, but 2 KOs normally over top contenders normally gets you the title shot. So shout out to the City Kickboxing team, great win for them. So yeah, I hope Cody gets back and gets a win, because I feel like he's still got a lot to give to the sport. But yeah, absolutely devastated with that one. Cool. Now let's move on. What was the next fight? I think it was Geoff Neal versus Ponzinibbio. Now these kind of guys like Ponzinibbio, Neil Magny, and Geoff Neal, I just feel like they're just like gatekeepers for the division. They're just like, especially for that welterweight division. It's a stacked division. It's a tough division with Colby and Usman and all of that. So I just feel like if you sort of break through from them, then if you beat them, then you sort of in one more win and then you get a title shot. So I wasn't too interested in this fight. Geoff Neal got it done by decision. But one thing I would say, that I do have a lot of respect for both of those guys, because they both had really career-threatening illnesses. Ponzinibbio, he had a horrible infection in his bone. He was ill. He was out for 2 years, so he was on a massive win streak, like 6 win streak. And then he was out for 2 years, and then came back and got KO'd by Jing Liang, the one that Kazmat just destroyed, Hamzat just destroyed. But yeah, he was, for 2 years he was battling a very serious. He had 2 bacterial infections, and that led to infection in his bone, and then he also had something about arthritis as well. His ligaments were very inflamed, and took him 2 years to get back. So fair play to him, he's back and he's fighting. Same with Geoff Neal. He also had a life-threatening infection that was developed into like sepsis. He had sepsis shock. So yeah, fair play to both of them to go in there. I felt like Ponzinibbio won the first round, and then Geoff Neal took over and won the last 2. But yeah, not really much to say about that one. It's just the sort of the middle of the division fight, really. Cool. Now, biggest upset of the year, man. Oh my god. No one was taking Pena seriously at all. In the comments, everyone's like, "Oh, it's cute how much confidence she's got. It's mad how confident, she is." But she did what she was gonna say. She's gonna make it rough, and obviously she's got that ground game as well. But you know, no one gave her a chance. I seen somewhere. I don't know if this is true, but someone on Instagram. I seen a meme about someone put 300k on Nunes because obviously they probably thought it was a lock. And when someone's such a favourite, you need to put a lot of money on there to really make it worth it. So that 300k, I mean, the bookies probably cleared up on that. I don't think many people would have put a bet on Pena. Chiesa got overexcited, drank too much, wanted to get in the cage to celebrate with Pena, and got himself kicked out. So yeah, I think obviously the rematch is going to happen. But watching the fight, it was like business as usual. Really, his first leg kick, Nunes thrown, dropped her. She was dominant. Dropped her with a jab as well. Dominating her on the floor in the first round. In the first round, she a few neck attempts, just all over in the first round, ground and pound a little bit as well. But I feel like round two, she came out and Pena hit her with some nice jabs and a nice 1-2. And I feel like Amanda got emotional, like, oh, who is this? Like, who does she think she is? You know what I mean? She's got emotion and she was looking for the big swing, looking for the KO, just like looping overhand rights while Pena was keeping it technical, keeping it jabbing, keeping a jab going, keeping a right hand going, nice straight technical shots while Amanda was just looking to take her out, putting everything into every shot. And the problem is when you put everything into every shot and you don't get the person out of there, it tires you out. So I feel like because she's putting everything into there, tired her out. And then literally Pena was in control there. It was I feel like it was sort of Diaz McGregor 1-esque, and McGregor was putting everything into it to try and take him out. Didn't take him out, got exhausted, and then Diaz come back. And it's kind of reminded me of that because the post-fight speech, Pena showed a little bit of homage to Nate Diaz there. Joe Rogan said, "You shook up the world." And then Pena said, "Yeah, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers," like what Nate Diaz said. So great win for Pena. I think it's gonna change her life now. She's gonna be a massive star. Beat pretty much the greatest of all time female fighter. Wins over Holly Holm, Ronda Rousey, Miesha Tate, beating all of them. So fair play to Pena. The rematch, though, I feel like Nunes is gonna win. They're gonna show Nunes the tape and they're gonna show her how emotional she got and get a cardio up because her power, obviously, she's got a lot more power. She can definitely keep it on the feet. She's physically strong. She has everything needed to beat Pena. So like it just wasn't the night. And yeah, like I feel like she just tapped because of exhaustion. Like me and Sonny were discussing it, and he pointed out that Pena didn't even sink her hooks in for the rear naked choke. It was just like, I'm tired, I'm done, tap out, which is a shame. But she took it like a champ. Nunes took it like a champ, and yeah, the rematch will be soon, 100%. And I feel like Nunes gets it done. But for now, shout out Pena for that one. Now, the main event, Dustin Poirier versus Oliveira. For me, I thought Poirier was going to have this. I feel like it was his kind of destiny because it's like he's been working so hard for that lightweight title, won the interim title versus Max Holloway, and it was like, okay, now it's time to win the real one. He's had his 2 fights against Conor, made his money, sensible decision, made his money, set up his family for life, made a shit ton of money, and now it's like, okay, now time to get the lightweight strap. But Oliveira, man, the guy can fight. Like there was talk about him having no heart and no grit, but the Chandler fight got rocked every time. Like Chandler's a beast, like that power. He got rocked 2-3 times, got through it. Against Dustin Poirier, got dropped twice. Was getting, look, Poirier was just landing on him. Poirier is obviously the more powerful guy. What they call it, weathered the storm, and got it done in round 3 with a rear naked choke. He won using that race, the rear naked choke from the back, standing. He won his pro debut in the UFC with that, so it came full circle. But I feel like Poirier also got tired in round 2, and I think that's maybe because of the body work in round 1. I rewatched the fight, and it was a lot of teeps to the midsection, a lot of knees as well, mixing it up to the body. So I feel like every time they got into a clinch or an exchange, close exchange, the knees were going in, the front kicks were going into the body, and I think that really, really tires a fighter out. And that second round, I feel like Dustin maybe thinking about the Khabib fight, thought, I don't want to open my guard to let Oliveira, get a submission on me. So I'm just gonna keep the guard closed. But because he learned from the Khabib fight that he'd rather lose a round than lose the fight. But I feel like him just getting beaten up on the floor just didn't do him any good. And that third round, yeah, it was just too easy for Oliveira. I think round 2 wasn't a good one for the American top team guys. Both lost. Nunes and Poirier I'm talking about. But yeah, it's a shame. I think it's a shame for Dustin now, because where does he go from here? Where does he go? Because I mean, it's going to take him at least 2 to 3 fights to get him back to the title shot. Gaethje's got the title shot next. I feel like he could fight Chandler, savage fight. It's going to be another war, and then maybe fight the loser of Islam versus Dariush, because Islam versus Dariush, the winner of that will fight the winner of Gaethje and Oliveira. So he's at least got 2-3 fights before he can really get back into title extension. What do they call it? I don't know what the word is, but you know what I mean. But yeah, so Dustin didn't achieve his dream, but I mean, there's money fights for him. He's a big, after beating Conor twice, he's a big name. He's talking about going up to welterweight. Welterweight, there's a guy there waiting for a fight called Nate Diaz. That would do huge numbers. Nate Diaz's last fight. Nate Diaz likes fighting lightweights that come up because he was a lightweight as well. He doesn't really entertain the idea of fighting an actual welterweight. Except for Leon. He did do that with Leon, to be fair. But yeah, I feel like, he did the same thing with Pettis. Pettis went up. Dustin goes up. He's finding it hard to make the 155 weight. That's an absolute brilliant fight. And it would sell out. It would sell out. That fight would sell out. Everyone knows that's going to be a war. And I believe Nate does have a chance in that fight. But obviously, I think Poirier probably does get that done. Maybe go up, beat Nate, and then try to fight Colby. There's a storyline there as well. I don't think he's got any chance of beating Usman. I'll probably lose to Colby as well. So I think it just depends to him now. Does he want to go back and get the world title, or just want to just have a few fights for money and then maybe call it a day? Fights are out there for him. Oliveira versus Gaethje. That's an interesting one. I don't know. I feel like Gaethje gets it done, I just feel like Oliveira keeps getting rocked. I feel like, I don't know, but Gaethje hasn't got the jiu-jitsu as we've seen against Khabib. 50-50 fight. We're going to discuss that. I'm going to discuss that with Sonny when it comes to it. But yeah, anything else to mention on that card? Dominic Cruz got it done. Fair play to him. I wasn't too convinced after his last fight. But yeah, he got dropped twice in the first round of Munhoz, but then vintage Dominic Cruz came out. It's like he turned back the clock. Munhoz couldn't land anything on him. Not much at all. And Cruz was just pot shotting him for round 2 and 3, pot shotting him, and then a few times got a few good combos off. It's just the footwork. When you can't land on him, he's just in the zone, and won 2 rounds to 1. So shout out Cruz. He's saying that a fight versus Aldo would be good, and then that puts him right back into title extent. I don't know what's the word, title expansion. I don't know. Don't someone help me. Someone put in the comments. What do I mean? But if he beats Aldo, then it's on. He also wants to get that back against Cejudo. The one where he keeps saying that Keith Peterson was drunk. He stopped the fight way too early. And he also took a bit of a petty one from Dominic Cruz. He said, shout out to Mark Goddard for letting it go when he got rocked. So that was definitely a shot at Keith Peterson, even though he hasn't. He said it wasn't. He said the reporters sort of said, was that shot at Keith Peterson? He said, nah, I was just bigging up Mark Goddard. But who bigs up a referee? Really, he's taking shots there. Don't be petty, Dominic Cruz. But other than that, I feel like if he does get the win, who's the title holder? And that the bantamweight division, it's kind of stacked right now. You've got Aljamain as the champ. You've got TJ's there. The rematch with TJ would be good. Sandhagen, Font, stacked. It's stacked in there. But yeah, Josh Emmett. I kind of called that this was going to be a good fight. Josh Emmett, his right hand's crazy. He literally just drops everyone that he hits with that right hand. He dropped Dan Ige. with that right hand, floored him, but Daningay survived. And then I feel like Dan actually won the fight. After that, he was a lot better. I feel like he landed more than Josh Emmett. But yeah, I feel like Josh Emmett needs to work on more tools rather than just relying on that. Obviously, when it hits, it's KO. We've seen what he did to Michael Johnson, but and he's got the power. But I feel like he relies on that too much, and then when it doesn't work, he doesn't really know what to do. I'm literally losing my voice now. But last thing I want to say, shout out Tai Tuivasa, 4 wins in a row. The Shuey, everyone loves him. Let's get him up there now. Top 10 fight for Tai Tuivasa. Took out Sakai. They look like brothers fighting in there. Just like exactly the same body shape, but the guy's got power. So yeah, I'm losing my voice, so I'm gonna have to cut out. But that was just my roundup of UFC 269. What a card! I think that's it for this year in terms of good cards. But yeah, peace.